naturally. I'd like to go through a passage of the Tao, and as tradition, let the Tao take us. So let's open to 34. Okay. Way is vast, a flood. So utterly vast, it's flowering everywhere. Okay, so I'm getting pictures of Noah's Ark, so we're gonna travel there. We're gonna travel there. So the river floods everything, and we flower just as animals do. And it's saying it flowers everywhere, but it's a flood. Everything is the same. The 10,000 things depend on it. Giving them life and never leaving them. It performs wonders, but remains nameless. Okay. So everything depends on everything. Everything gives life. And never leaving their side. It does more than that, than flower. It performs wonders. It flowers upon flowers. Yet remains nameless. Not much to say on the nameless part. Feeding and clothing the 10,000 things without ruling over them. Perennially that free of desire, it's small in name. Don't let your ego rule. Okay, this one goes deep, so I'm gonna continue. And being what 10,000 things return to without ruling over them. It's vast in name. Okay, this is complex. This is really complex, but we'll go through it. I'm a wise little monkey, so we'll go through it. Okay. So it flowers upon flowers, yet remains nameless. Now, when you make your way to survive upon those flowers, the being of life, if you don't rule over them, meaning if you remain nameless, nameless being free of desire. So now we're going back to the wonders that remain nameless. What we're saying with the nameless side of things is that the flowers upon flowers remain free of desire. It's small in name because being free of desire lets you grow vast in name. It never makes itself vast, and so becomes utterly vast. That's a lesson on desire. We get it? Okay. This is why I love Lao Tzu. He just, look, I know I'm reading an interpretation, but it's my interpretation, my Tao. It's so beautiful. So, in short, we'll go through it again. Life flowers, and upon those flowers, it flowers flowers. But it only flowers flowers if you're free of desire. Being free of desire sorry, bear with me. It's complicated, and when you go back over it, it gets more complex. Being free of desire, you're small in name. I love that. You're small in wonder. Yet because you're small and you never make yourself vast, you become utterly flowered. So we're going to go into desire now, I hope, probably. What is desire? Let's read on 35. Holding to the great image, all beneath heaven sets out. We set out to begin free of risk. Peace, tranquil, and vast. Okay. Look, that one doesn't need an explanation. That's too good. That goes into what I said in my previous Nitch Naturally. Okay, we'll continue because it keeps going. Music and savory food. Okay, it's very specific. Entice travellers to stop. But the way uttered forth isn't even the thinnest of bland flowers. Alright, so lots of imagery, so we'll go into it. Bear with us. Okay. Music being the wonder, being the flowering flower of being, and savory food being survival, but more important than that, desire. The savory being the desire and craving. So the flower of being and desire entice a traveler to stop in their tracks, to stop and hold to that free nature of being free of risk. But the way uttered forth by the vast isn't even the thinnest of bland flowers, because it flowers. Now this is the issue. Hold on, let's keep reading. Look at it. Sorry, shit. Look at it. Not enough to see. Listen to it. Not enough to hear. Use it. not enough to use up. Okay. Okay, this goes into a philosophy on the brain. At least for me it does. This can be interpreted however you want to. But I'll go into how I see it. Maybe that'll help someone clear it up a little bit. Okay. The savory desire. Look at it. Watch it. Do it. It's never going to be enough. Okay. Let's listen to it. Eventually, you can't just keep listening. Eventually, everything will stop before you, and you realize you've come to somewhere. Okay. So we're gonna use it. We're gonna be ape. We're gonna be animal. We're gonna be human, you know? We're just gonna be ourselves. That's the beauty. There's not enough to use up. Because we're infinite. That was beautiful. Thank you, Latsu. I haven't read the whole down. I haven't read that before. I like going through them slowly. Yeah. I think this touches on something very important. You can flower. Anyone can flower. Everyone is a flower. Everyone is a flower. But if you want to flower, in whatever way that be, right? You've got to sit with it. You can't keep watching if you want to flower. You got to start listening. But there comes to a point where you got to stop listening. And you got to be an animal. You got to bring in all those learnings that you found sitting. You got to put them into action. You got to niche naturally. You know? So my advice, you're going to want to do creative things. You know, if you're creative, maybe you're going to want to do savory things. That's fine. That's okay. My advice when it comes to that, if you've got some time in your day, which you do have time in your day, especially after work, or after school, that could be anything really. Sit with it, you know? I would put on an album, you know, about 45 minutes. That gives you enough time to just sit with it. See where it takes you. Might be uncomfortable. For me, it's very uncomfortable, but I love it. It's what I prefer to do. And you'll learn things about yourself. But more importantly, you'll learn how to sit. And trust Lao Tzu. Trust this man. Trust this man. You will flower if you just keep sitting. It's hard. I know it's hard. And I was pushed right there, you know, but okay. We'll go over here. We'll go back. Okay. Why should you sit with it? Why should you sit with it, Lao? To gather, you must scatter. To weaken, you must strengthen. To abandon, you must foster. To take, you must give. This is called dusky enlightenment. Okay. To gather yourself together, you must scatter. You must sit with it. You must let all your thoughts, all your happenings disperse. You will weaken, but you must strengthen. You must strengthen, not because you must, but you will. But to abandon, you must foster yourself. You must. And to take that part away from you, sitting with it, you must give. You must give. I don't know why, but this is called dusky enlightenment. Anyway, this is what dusky enlightenment is. Soft and weak overcome hard and strong. Truth. I love fish, man. Fish should be kept in their watery depths. A nation's honed instruments of power should be kept well hidden from the people. The ones who flow Okay, so this is, so together you must scatter. This is called dusky enlightenment. That's soft and weak. Overcome hard and strong. This is hard and strong. The way should be kept in their watery depths. A nation being the one. A nation's honed instruments of power, the mind, should be kept well hidden from the people. Okay, look, it's hard and strong isn't necessarily a bad thing. Maybe it's ancient. This is ancient, so you got to look at it in a different light. Soft and weak overcome hard and strong. Perhaps that means that first you're soft and weak. First you're hard and strong, but the soft and weak will overcome. But once it overcomes, you become hard and strong. Yin and yang. All right, not much to say there. Fish should be kept in their watery depths. Okay, this is why the ones who flow should be kept with the Tao. The nation being not the fish. Okay, so that makes sense. I missed over that. Okay. The nation not being the fish, but the fish being the one who flows, the nation being the other. A nation's honed instruments of power, the mind, should be kept well hidden from the people. Okay, I like going back and forth through my life. I'd love to use the word my reality, but I'm going to use the word my life. And I'm looking at Alan Watts here. People will people. The earth will people. So this should be kept well hidden from the flowers. Okay. We're gonna I'm not quite getting it. Dusky enlightenment. Look, We're going to read 37. Should connect. Way is perennially. I did horticulture. Jesus Christ. Perennially. Yeah, dude. It's. I'm tired. Way is perennially doing nothing. So there's nothing it doesn't do. When lords and emperors abide by the 10,000 abide by this, the 10,000 things follow change of themselves. Keyword there, themselves. Okay, so it's spiraling. Okay. When lords and emperors abide by the way of the way, so when they abide by the way of following the way, change of themselves. Okay, so themselves being a plural, and the nation and the people being the connection here, the plural. They change of I was looking at the word should, but it's not that should be. It should be. Okay, so let's go back to that. A nation's own instrument of power will be well hidden from the people. Okay, that's when you become hard and strong. Okay, so you don't want that. We're trying to raise the vibration here. Now, when the strongest of the hardest sit with it, the 10,000 things, the way, everything going on will follow change of the hard and strong. Desire drives change. But I've stilled it with uncarved nameless. Simplicity. Okay. So you're going to have desire. And your desire is going to be to sit with it. It's a savory desire. All right. But Lao has stilled this with uncarved nameless truth, which also is known as simplicity. So that desire turns into simplicity. It's just what happens. It's our routine. We sit with it. It's simple. Uncarved nameless simplicity. Is the perfect absence of desire. And the absence of desire means repose. All beneath heaven at rest of itself. Okay. And the absence of desire means repose. All beneath heaven at rest. All beneath heaven are at rest of itself. In the absence of desire, meaning when true desire, absolute true desire is lost, you will find yourself in heaven. heaven being earth. Earth's true reason for being here. Okay, so desire. Why is that so hard to get rid of? I'm not going to explain that because for me it's nameless and unexplainable. Pick up a Tao. Have a read. Have a read. I think you'll find you will learn a lot. You'll learn a lot. A lot. I sure do. Always coming back to it. Desire. I have desire everywhere. I desire to feel good. Cravings deep in my bones. Cravings that have come out recently as I've been sitting with it. And I've been not acting on the cravings because I find I can't quite act on every one of my cravings because they're riddled in my bones. That's what it feels like, honestly. Sitting with it is a painful thing. It quite can be. And that's why I take my way to go out into the forest and be monkey. Because I need that space to use it, to niche it. I've listened and I kept listening. And when God is ready, he'll say, all right, Oliver, let's go. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's see what's in that mind of yours. Because honestly, I can see everything, but one thing I can't see is my mind, and everything is my mind. So it's a bit paradoxical there. Yeah. Take time, you'll get there. Nitch Naturally, please. And with all my love, Oliver.